Hey, what's Prinku all about, fam? I'm
It's
confused.
Prinsu. You man's not
Princey,
Japanese. You man don't know that shit.
Princey, oh, like the Japanese version of Prince.
Mm-mm.
Don Flamingo, you know. Don Flamingo, till this day, not the best villain, but he's the second best villain. I actually don't know, but
He might
he's
be the
the.
best villain. If
Nah,
you
I don't
take
think he's the
strength out,
best villain.
if you take strength out of it, then he
Oh
might be.
yeah, I am taking strength out of it. I'm taking strength out of it. I think the best villain for me is Crocodile, but in terms of the most deep villain, like how do I put it?
I would
The
say best written.
Yeah, the best written villain is Don Flamingo, but the sort of the best sort of villain in terms of what a villain is, and I'll give it to flipping Crocodile, and then Baluchi's up there as well. So pretty much them three are my some of my top three villains. Are the
Mm.
only top three villains. And Akain, Blackbeard. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I was gonna say Blackbeard, but then I'm thinking for a character who's
Excuse me.
already had their arc in it.
Yeah. But imagine Blackbeard is up there and he hasn't even had his art.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but he's made moves. That's why.
Yeah. So I mean, what was I trying to say? I think the best villain so far is still Blackbeard, and then Crocodile, and
Who's Luffy
then
fighting
Don
first though?
Flamingo.
Between Akainu and Blackbeard.
Nobody knows, fam. But it
Yeah,
has to be.
I'm asking you, fam. What's your prediction?
I know. For me, it has to be because I see Blackbeard as being stronger than Akainu in it, so it has to be for
You
it to
think?
make any sense. Yeah, for it to make any sense, for it to make not at the moment. I don't know about the moment, but I know that at the end of the story, Blackbeard is going to become like he's going to be stronger than Akainu and all the admirals. But currently, I don't even see him as stronger than any old school admirals. To be fair, I think he might be
Not
on their
even
level.
Kizaru.
Not even Kizaru. I think he might be on their level, but I don't think he's beating anyone. I can't confidently say he's beating any one of them.
So
He
so
hasn't
so you're
shown he
saying
hasn't shown any feat to suggest that he can take
he's
on
he's
and
defo
defeat any.
stronger than he's defo stronger than Green Bull.
Yeah, I said the previous,
Oh
the
oh
old admirals. Yeah, I'm talking about the OG admiral. Yeah, I
mm,
haven't seen any feat to demonstrate that he can take on. His best feat was what's his name, Marco. His best feat was Marco, and we all know how strong Marco is. Do you see what I'm saying?
mm.
So that's his
Damn,
best feat.
I was even trying to think to myself, nah, surely he's done something better. But nah,
Yeah,
he
he
lost to
hasn't.
Whitebeard.
Exactly. And Akaini did more damage to Whitebeard when he was healthy than Blackbeard. Do you
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
100%. Like
So
it was clear as day who was stronger between Blackbeard and Akainu back then.
yeah, back then,
He ran from him after.
yeah, exactly. And but then 2 years after, I don't know if it was 2 years after or a year after, then he defeated Marco. But
It was a year. It
uh,
was a year.
yeah, a year after he defeated Marco. So unless you're saying that in that 1 year he caught up to Akainu, then I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
so there's no feat. There's honestly the hype is there, but there's no feat that puts him above Akainu, Aokiji, or Kizaru.
yeah, it's difficult. But at the same time, Akainu's got the best feats, fighting wise, other than Luffy in the show.
In
So
the show.
yeah, in terms of he's the only person other than Luffy that has a win over a top tier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why Akainu is in currently speaking. Akainu is in my top three strongest based on feet alone.
Yeah,
Based
yeah.
on feet alone. So
I remember when it was controversial when
top
I had him
five,
in my
top
top
five.
three. I had him in my top three from way back. That shit was
Whoa, way
controversial
back.
back then.
What's way back?
Not school times, but a long time ago. Back when Money Talks was just was just the chat, fam.
Oh, so that's not that long time ago. That's a bit recent, isn't it?
Nah. In terms of what arc in real life, I would say I had him in there, like probably Dressrosa times.
Dressrosa times. Yeah, back then I would have probably been pissed off, but I've seen the light now, innit?
He's been that guy.
Now he's been that guy still, and now it's very possible that during his fight with Aokiji, he probably awakened ACOC, because there's no way he's winning the fight against Luffy if he doesn't have ACOC. I mean, the only reason why I'm putting him as top 5 right now is because I believe he has ACOC, because he ain't defeating Luffy without ACOC. I'm sorry. And in terms
Is
of
ACOC gonna be that important though?
no, hold on, but
Because
forget ACOC. Let's just think about it in progression wise, as the people that Luffy fights next have to be on par or slightly stronger than Kaido. That's just how Shonen is. So I'm thinking about it through progression like that. So we know at the end of the day, Blackbeard he's gonna slightly edge over Kaido, right? We know that.
yeah, when he fights him, yeah.
When he fights him, Blackbeard will have to be slightly stronger than Kaido.
He should actually be way stronger, because this is a
he
future
should
fight.
actually be he should actually be way stronger. Do you get what I'm saying? So it has to be the case. It has to be the case. And so when you put into perspective, where is Luffy going to fight Akainu, and where is Luffy going to fight Blackbeard? So it's either Akainu first, then Blackbeard.
For a while though, I felt like they were giving that fight to Sabo, you know.
Yeah, but do you know what's funny? I was actually thinking about it just today, like literally an hour ago. I was thinking about, no, actually a few hours back, I was thinking about how disappointing it would be if that fight went to Sabo.
But you know the thing about it is, there's no conceivable way Sabo wins that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
if it goes to him, he's gonna die, fam. So,
but he's not going to die. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I think it's possible.
Nah, I don't think there's no point.
If they fight, he's gonna die.
Sabo should have. Yeah. Oh, he will be defeated, but he won't die.
Nah, I think Akainu.
There's no point of killing
him.
No, but I don't see. I'm talking about when you take yourself
out
of the story. When you take yourself out of the story, there's no point of killing him.
Why would you narrative-wise, you can't kill a character twice.
You can't kill a character twice without it having any greater meaning, and I don't think there's not going to be any greater.
So then, in that case, what Oda will have to do is just keep them away from each other.
You have to, but he won't, because these two have to clash.
I feel like it's been Sabo who's been shown to be the guy to inherit Ace as well. So, you know, he might have
just
to
make it credible. Yeah, but make it credible. Like, just make his strength credible enough to take on an admiral. Then maybe I wouldn't mind him fighting.
Yeah, but he's not that guy though. So what? A clash? Like, what's a clash gonna do?
No, it's a clash will be good enough. Like, this is the guy that killed my brother. You know, just give him a little clash. Give him a little clash for the fans to be excited about. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be the fight, but a clash will do. You know what I mean?
I guess I'd rather them just not even interact, because then I'm looking at Sabo as this guy killed Ace, tried to kill Luffy, and you're not trying to take man out. You're trying to clash man and have dialogue.
Nah,
obviously for them to just not even cross paths. Nah, that's like, imagine if a guy killed a Straw Hat, and then another Straw Hat sees this guy, and then it's just a clash. It's gonna be
but when I say clash, I mean, we know that Oda isn't gonna allow them to fight. They aren't going to fight until one is defeated. That's what I mean. So they're gonna when I say clash, they're gonna clash, but Oda just isn't gonna go that far to let them fight until one person loses. It's just not going to happen. I mean,
you'll probably put circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like it's not that type of. That's one.
Do you not want to talk about the chapter?
Yeah,
the
later,
chapter
man.
Was
we
mad.
Got a flow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
a
nah,
mad chapter. You man are talking about some.
yeah,
It's
hold
cool,
on, I had
but
a couple
a
of
chapter
thoughts,
is
fam.
kind of crazy.
No,
Man.
let's talk about the chapter. Let's talk about the
Nah,
chapter.
wait,
Where do
hold
we
on.
even
I had a
start
few
from?
things to said. Wait, hold on. I was even just gonna bring up the flipping what's it called? The awakening nonsense. The awakening nonsense. So remember the debate that we were having. I don't know what side. I can't remember. One of you guys were saying how Kaido doesn't have awakening, and I was saying how can it be that the strongest man, the strongest, the beast pirate, the strongest beast, creature doesn't have
Yeah.
awakening. That was my argument, and I was saying how chances are that he does have awakening, but Oda sort of didn't show it because of how Oda's been inconsistent
But
and
there's nothing not
unreliable.
to show now because we're seeing ACO soon.
But
So if we don't see something now, you don't have
yeah,
it, fam.
no. So what I'm
It's too
saying
late.
is, there's more evidence to suggest that Oda actually fucked up the one. He actually fucked up because right now is during the Wano arc, it seems to be the main indicator of having an awakening is the clouds behind you. So we have
No,
in the
not
Wano
the
arc
clouds, the scarf thing. Like
the
the
scarf thing, yeah, whatever you call it. So yeah, whatever you want to call it. So
yeah.
Wano, we saw what's the name, Yamato had it. Yamato had it,
Yeah,
and
he
then in
does.
Egged Island, we saw Lucci, who's this random guy. There's nothing special about Lucci. He had an awakening, and he had the scarf thing, or I'm calling the cloud thing.
Same with Kaku, yeah.
Same with Kaku, another waste man. You know what I'm saying? But he had an awakening. And then
Respect
we're seeing
Cypher
with
Cole, man.
Garcia. And then the latest one is Jay Garcia.
Yeah.
And he seems to have awakening, and he also seems to have the cloud. So it seems to us then that awakening, one of the indicators of awakening is to have the cloud shit around you.
But you can't show me a panel where Kaido has that drawn
But
around
you
him.
can't, I can't show you exactly, and I can't show you a panel where
hold
Kaido.
on. Let me say something. With the Kaido
Yeah.
and the cloud and the awakening, maybe Oda fucked up. Maybe that's a possibility, or like it will probably never get it confirmed, but maybe he's done it on purpose because of the
Why?
type of
Just give
character
us
Kaido
like,
is.
just make an assumption. Why?
Like, I would maybe say because of Kaido's thinking. If you look at Kaido as a character from a deeper perspective,
This is what I was saying.
he has
If people keep,
he has some mental
carry on.
problems to a certain degree.
Kaido
Right?
has no mental problems. Stop it!
You
Like
can't say that. You can't say
this
that.
is
Of course he
this is
does.
flipping manga, fam. Like there's no suggestion. Hold on. There's no suggestion that characters in One Piece have mental problems.
Big Mom
like,
and Kaido are the biggest examples.
except for
Yamato.
Big Mom, but there's nothing suggestive about
Yamato is
Kaido
there.
having a mental problem.
All right, let me
You're
go
trying
deeper.
you're trying to say Yamato has
Kaido
mental health
suffers from
because of
depression. Clearly,
Let me
that's
go
what
deeper with the Kaido.
was
Let me
suffering
go
from.
deeper with Kaido's character right here. With Kaido's character, there's been several indications that he suffers from maybe depression or not necessarily anxiety, but he fought Luffy and he was hallucinating that he was fighting someone when someone wasn't actually there.
Kaido.
When did that happen?
It happened in the manga when he knocks Luffy off the island. He was actually having hallucinations. He was fighting Luffy, but Luffy wasn't actually there. He was actually knocked off the island.
Wait, are you sure you're talking about the anime? Because that's not in the manga.
No, I'm very sure. I'm very sure.
In the manga, Kaido was hallucinating, fighting.
In the manga, it was hinted, but it was very.
Now you have to pull up that chapter.
chosen.
I don't believe that. I don't believe this theory.
You have to believe it.
No.
Let me just
pull
carry
up
on.
the chapter. I don't believe the theory.
I'm not
that
pulling up the chapter.
the
You can do
reason
that
why Kaido doesn't
It's
have
a hazy example, but there's other
it's very
examples
hazy.
out
It's so
there.
flimsy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't
finish,
matter because there's other indicators out there to tell you that Kaido suffers from depression.
No,
he's
an
an alcoholic.
Issue. Sorry, this guy's talking. I didn't even hear. Go on.
There's other examples. So there's the examples with him. I don't know English like that well, and so there's certain what like the little thing that he had with Odin. What would I say about that? Like, what's the word? you know how he has the when he imagines
What, when he
Odin
was
and
seeing
then
Odin, when Zoro
he sees
chopped him and
Odin.
he was seeing
Exactly.
seeing things.
Yeah,
No,
my
Odin
man had
Kaido
my
definitely
guy had
has mental
PTSD.
issues.
Let me distract. So my issue
in fact,
isn't that
also
Kaido doesn't have.
let me just
Wait,
finish. Let me
let me
finish.
say
All right,
this. Let me say this. Yeah, you know, when it comes to awakening and Kaido himself, his interpretation of awakening is when a man's body catches up with their mind. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
he thinks.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
That doesn't necessarily mean that
and
he
and
actually
and
will.
huh?
Yeah, I'm adding on to your point. That doesn't necessarily, he's explained it, but that doesn't mean that he believes that he's actually there himself.
Exactly.
Kaido seems to
That's
be
what I was
the
Okay,
type
about
of
to
guy
hold
say.
who
on. Let me.
wants
That's what I was about to say.
Let me slightly kind of counter this. My
This
argument
is
isn't.
Kaido's words.
No, I know.
Remember?
I know that those words are fact. But my my argument isn't that I had this and I lost it. Flipping out. Flipping. I'm not arguing against the fact that Kaido might or might not have mental health. My argument is that whether or not he has mental health, let's say he does, that's not a good reason as to why he didn't have awakening. Now, another point is if Kaido, the reason why he didn't have awakening because he had mental issues and because of his mind couldn't catch up with his body because of his mental struggles. Okay, then why then does his first commander, right, second only to Kaido, number one, his three commanders, his top strongest commanders, don't have awakening, but you have a bum like Kaku and a bum like
They don't
Lucci.
have to, because there's
No,
other
hold on.
methods of fighting in One Piece.
No, but hold on. No, hold on. These are the beast pirates. When these guys were introduced, they were introduced as like
They
you
take
know,
shortcuts, they use weapons, they want to
it's
win
not,
by any
but
means necessary. They're not like that to
not
be
the top
honing and
commanders,
training, and the beast
not
pirates are not like
not
that.
the top commanders, not the top
You can't
commanders.
say they're not the
We
top
know
commanders
You
because they
can't
are
say that
they are part of
because
the top
they're still
commanders.
beast pirates. They're still beast
no,
pirates.
no. But what I'm saying is, we didn't see anybody. We didn't see what's his name, the guy that fought Zoro. We didn't see him take no shortcuts to get in his strength. Nothing suggestive of that. What's his name? What's that? The third
He's
strongest.
a
What's the first strongest
Lunarian,
name?
yeah. He's a
Right.
Lunarian.
What's the first strongest?
He's
His
he's
name?
a Lunarian that ate a
Jack.
devil fruit.
Yeah, but Jack,
That's a
we didn't see
You
shortcut.
know
no
what?
You
Yeah.
have the
shortcut.
genes to be
Jack
top
didn't
tier,
take no,
and you're
Right.
but
still eating a
I'm
devil fruit.
gonna.
Jack didn't take any shortcut to
You know
get
what I'm
to
gonna
be
say
where
is,
he is. So that makes no
Worth. This is
sense.
what I'm gonna
What
say
I'm
about your
telling you is,
opinion.
yeah, I don't expect especially looking back, I don't expect any beast pirate to be awakened
I
because I
expect them
just
fully
don't
to be
see them.
awakened.
I don't see them like that. Like they don't train like that. They
Who
literally
said? Who's saying?
Let me
How about
jump in. Let me
how
jump
do we?
in. Worth.
they're not a pi-
How did
Worth
they
here.
get stronger? How did they get stronger? Wait, in which way
You know
did
when it comes
Do
these
to
you
pirates
think
you know when
Queen
it
get strong
trains
through
on
shortcuts?
his
No,
devil fruit?
in which
No,
way?
he augments
Did
it.
the beast pirates? In which way did the beast pirates take shortcuts in order to be where they are?
They
Name
use
me. Just name
weapons.
me.
They made smile
Oh
fruits.
my god.
I
They
don't
Oh
use
yeah, but
necessarily
that's for
weapons.
the
agree with
Like,
underlings. That's for the underlings.
yeah,
That's
but
for the
it's the
underlings, not
same
for any of
thing.
them. It's not the same thing because that's for the
The
underlings.
photo were
It
getting
wasn't for
smile. The
huh?
Tobiroppo had real devil fruits. It's the
Yes.
same. They're using weapons and fruits, and this is what they do.
you know what my opinion.
But
You know what
they're
my
getting
opinion is, yeah, when
stronger
it
through
comes to
devil
certain.
fruits, though. I
Look at
don't
You know what my
understand. They're
opinion
you
getting
is.
know the
stronger
beast
through their
pirates,
own
yeah, the
strength,
beast
though. It
pirates
makes no
and
sense.
the beast
This
pirates
is
and the
just an
redhead pirates
excuse.
are the
This is just
complete
an
opposites.
excuse. It makes
You
no
know what
sense.
my
It
The
makes
opinion.
no
Hold on,
sense
hold on. Let
that
me
the
jump
beast
in. Let me jump
pirates,
in. Let me jump in.
the
it
people
does.
whose core strength is that they have powerful Zohan
I
fruits,
think
that they don't have awakenings. It
when
makes
we
no
find
sense.
out the ins and outs of awakening, you'll see why these people weren't doing that.
Okay
I
then.
agree.
Okay
But
then.
let me jump in quickly. Yeah, when it
The
comes
strongest.
It's
to
not
certain
just
strength.
about
Yeah.
strength. It's not
But it
Let,
is
hold,
though.
let me jump
because
in.
you
Let
know
me
what?
jump in. Let me just jump in
Yeah, but
quickly.
think
Let me
about
jump in
it.
quickly.
You're looking at it as too precious. You know, king and queen do not need to be awakened to beat Kaku. They don't need to be.
I
The
agree.
beast pirates, his whole thing is by
I
any
agree.
means. They don't need to be
What kind of a
awakened just to
bullshit
beat Kaku.
excuse is this?
You know what? Yeah,
What
this
kind of a
is.
bullshit
I'm
excuse
gonna
is
link
this?
this.
Think
I'm
about
gonna
it.
link
Yeah,
this to what
okay.
Wow.
you said. Yeah.
Think about it.
Let me just
You're
jump in
putting
quickly.
Wow.
awakening
Let me
on
jump in
such a high
quickly.
pedestal. King versus Kaku. How's that fight going? He doesn't have to get. He doesn't have to go into second gear.
No, but the point is, like, you're missing the point. The point is that
They
these
are
guys,
utility, man. Okay, look at
these
King.
You want to give
guys,
He
me a
was
minute?
using
You want to
fire.
give me a
He
minute?
was using his devil fruit. He was using a sword. Like these man, they
that don't
freestyle.
matter, bro. That don't matter. Bro. Go on,
You want to
John.
give me a
Go
If
on.
you
minute?
fight
Go
in
on.
that many ways, are you about to? Is this about to be a character
Why
that awakens
not?
his devil fruit?
Why
If he
not?
fights with all
Why
these
not?
different ways.
These are Zohans. These guys were set up to be like, you know, the beast
All
pirates,
right.
like, you know, the best,
Let me just drop my
your
opinion
best
quickly.
Zohans, you know.
Let me just drop my opinion quickly. Yeah, when it comes to, I agree with Daryl. When I think Worthy, we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago. I feel like you feel like certain characters of a certain state have to have
Status
certain
have to have,
abilities
yeah, and
to.
it's not
For
like that.
example,
That's the
it's
disconnect.
like
You're right. You're right. That's the
it's
disconnect.
the. I think you think this for ACLC. That's one. We
That's
had
where
this
it started. That's
discussion
why I
with the
first
straw hats.
noticed this. That's why I
You
first
think
noticed.
this with this? You think this with the straw hats and the haki. Obviously, I don't agree, but I get what you're trying to say. I don't think all of the straw hats need to know how to use haki, but I
I
get
think
what you're
Nah, I
trying to
Maud's
think
say.
they
done
And
a
it's
do.
the
video
same
about
thing.
that recently.
It's the
No, I
same
think they
thing
do.
for
I
the
disagree.
awakenings.
That
Hold on. Let me
I saw
finish.
the video
It's
and
the
I
same thing.
disagreed.
Let me finish. It's the same thing for the
I
awakening.
agree with him, man. They don't
You feel
need it,
like
fam. Not all of them.
you
Nah,
feel like every
it creates credibility problems.
and you feel like
No,
every
it does
zone
not,
of
because
certain
that's not
space
the
needs
only way
haki.
to fight.
Yeah,
Not
but
all
it
of
creates credibility problems, though. Sorry,
not all
finish your
of these
point, John.
characters. Not all of these characters have to have certain things to kind of be credible. That's the good thing about One Piece is that there's
Thank
multiple
you. It's
ways
the
of
But
fighting.
they
variation.
do, though, because
You can be
No, they
like
it
that
don't.
in a
creates
different way.
But the
credibility
thing is,
So
you're
problems.
saying they
Think
do.
about
You're
it.
saying they do, but they don't. That's the thing. You're saying they do, but they
Think
don't.
about
That's
the
the thing.
fight against Nami.
he's
It's
Think
gonna
always
about
been
the
see.
like that.
fight against
He's
Nami.
gonna
I
see what the warrior
promise
of
you.
science
I
does, and
promise you.
he's gonna
I
shut him up.
promise you. Yeah. When we come to see the fight against the Straw Hats versus the Blackbeard Pirates, yeah, and the weaker crew members, I promise you, if none of them,
You're not going to see Nami use
if
Black
hold on,
Fist.
if none of them is able to showcase Haki against the Blackbeard, bro, I promise you, all of you will call that how they win
Can
the
I
fight.
ask you
No,
this?
I won't.
Can
I
I
just
ask you
promise
I
this?
you.
Can I
won't.
ask
I
you this?
promise you.
Do you think that the
Look, but the
weakest
thing is, you
Blackbeard
got
pirates
work.
are going to be
You
using
put
Haki?
down.
Yeah,
It,
probably observation or one of the two.
See,
but I
probably.
don't agree with that. The reason why I don't agree with that is that they managed to take down Kaido's beast pirates without Haki
And it
anyway.
never
That's
made sense. And it never made sense. There
it
was
did.
no
It did.
credible. It did not. Tell me which character made sense who didn't have Haki and they managed to defeat one of the
Frankie's
beast
fight was a
pirates.
legit fight. Robin's fight was a legit
And it
fight.
didn't make sense. And Frankie
The fights
defeating
didn't make sense. They were
No.
fighting bombs. What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But these bums had Haki, strong Haki. Again,
I don't,
that's the
I don't
problem
feel
with
like
the
we
one
need to
arc,
use Haki
whereby
to
the
defeat something.
antagonist, and that's the problem. This is why
I
it created
think
problems. This is why
it's
it
not a
created problems with
problem.
the
It's not a
antagonist.
problem.
This isn't
It's
Bleach.
just
a
a bit
This is
of
not
problem.
Bleach.
balance.
This is not
It's just
Naruto.
a bit of
No, they
balance.
were weak. The antagonists were
If
weak.
Frankie fights someone, yeah, who has a little bit of Haki, and just because they have a little bit of Haki, they wipe
They
the
weren't
floor with
supposed
him.
to have a little
What
bit
does
of
that
Haki,
go
though.
to
This is a
say
Yonko's
about all
crew.
the stuff that Frankie puts his time into making
Hold on,
for his
hold on,
cyborg suit?
hold
If a
on.
man
What
with
does
just
that say?
any Haki can
What
come and
does
just
that
wipe the
say?
floor with him, everything
No,
Frankie's
I'm
put
not
in
saying
them
that.
last 2 years is
I
worth
think you're putting
nothing.
too much
I'm not
stock in
saying
certain
that
characters
though.
having certain
I'm not
things.
saying that. I'm not saying that though. I'm
You're
just
putting too much
saying
You
stock.
said it
one of
didn't
the
make
reasons
sense
why. No,
that
but one of
Frankie
the reasons
won
why
because his opponent
no,
had Haki.
one of the
You can
reasons
still
why
win.
it's not even that. It's one of the reasons why Wano was
In
shit was
Skypiea, they
because the
had
antagonists
observation Haki.
were
Strat
without a
still won.
threat. No, but that's the thing though. They weren't they didn't have threat. The antagonists in Wano, they had no threat.
Do you know
They
why?
were
Though?
weak,
Yeah, but do you know what?
and that's a problem.
It's not a problem. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? It's the leadership and it's the crew. Guess what? The Beast Pirates are just not that good. It's okay.
Exactly,
Like
and that's the
they
problem
don't have
with
to
Wano.
be like when you
No, but
see
why
Emu's
not?
outfit, when you see Shanks's outfit, when you see what the Blackbeard Pirates are gonna become, those are those proper
You
crews.
man's
Like
are
the Beast
coping,
Pirates are not that good. Like that's just how I see it.
and that's a problem.
I
And
don't
that's the
have the
problem.
Beast just because you're Yonko, yeah. You don't have to tick all these boxes. They're just not that cold. Like as a crew, they're not that
And
good.
which is unfortunate. Which is
Like for
unfortunate. It's
me,
one of
I
the
think
reasons
Big
why
Mom's
Wano
got a
was
better crew.
rubbish.
Man said
Fair
the
enough, but I
arc
think
was
that's
rubbish.
one of the reasons why Wano was rubbish because again the antagonists weren't a threat.
No, they
That
weren't.
makes it
They
a bit
weren't.
boring, don't you think?
They
That
weren't.
everyone,
But you know who
don't
was
you
a
think it's
threat?
a
Their
bit
boss.
boring that every
Their
character will
boss
have
was
every
serious.
power?
Their boss
Don't you
was
think?
incompetent. Yeah, I give you that as well. He was strong, but he was incompetent.
He was very strong, and
He was
that's what
very
he was
strong, but
about.
incompetent.
He's
Yeah.
incompetent because he's
What
an
don't you?
alcoholic drunk.
Let me
He's
ask you a
a
question.
drunk.
Don't you
He's
think?
Of course he's gonna be
He's
incompetent.
incompetent
Wouldn't you
because
think
he's
it's
an
a bit
idiot,
boring?
mate.
He is an idiot as
Wouldn't you
well.
think it's
You know
a bit
Kaido's
boring?
dumb.
That
Who said Kaido wasn't dumb? Kaido's
What?
dumb.
Yo,
Wouldn't you think it's a bit boring that a character, all these characters have the same skill set? Like,
He wants that. He wants it to
don't
be
you find
like
that a bit boring?
Bleach.
Don't you think that's
no, it's
one
not
That's
thing
what
One
that.
Bleach
Piece has?
is.
What are you talking? Are you talking
Because
about
Bleach
Kaido's
or
crew
Naruto,
having? Are
everyone
you talking
has
about?
certain.
Are you talking about
That's
Kaido's
the good.
crew or the Straw
No,
Hats?
just in general. Like,
No, but
I
the thing is
I
about
don't want to see every
Haki.
character having a
No,
devil,
I
having
hear
Haki
you.
or
No,
having
but
AC or C. I want
I
everyone
hear
to have
you because
variations. Well,
you
hold
think
on,
I'm putting.
wait. That's
I'm
what.
trying to
Hold
answer
on,
your
let me
point,
finish. Let me
though.
finish. That's what makes. Hold on. That's what makes One Piece actually interesting in terms of power scaling and
But
in
it
terms of the
creates a
fights.
lack
That
of
not every. Hold on,
credibility, though.
not everyone
No,
has
you
everything.
don't
So
value the
there's
other
certain ways
fighting
that you have to
methods and
fight.
styles. That's
No,
why
I
you're saying
do.
that.
No,
There's
I
different fighting
do. I
methods.
do.
You
My
can't
point
say
is
if you value
the
the other
emphasis.
tempos.
No, hold
Yeah,
on.
if you
Frankie
value
should
the
be able
other
to laser man
tempos,
off.
you wouldn't think like
The
that.
The emphasis can be upon their special abilities, Frankie's special abilities, but it needs to be strengthened with Haki. It has to be strengthened with observation Haki or armament Haki, but yet you can
It
still
can
put
only
the
be
emphasis
strengthened
on
with
their special
armament, Haki.
abilities.
Observation won't strengthen.
No, I'm saying, but it makes you a better fighter so that you can utilize how you fight in the best way possible. So when you think about someone like Usopp with his sniping, observation Haki would actually help him.
Personally,
I don't think
I
it
would
does.
like
It
to
does,
see
though.
I
Robin.
don't think it does.
I would like to see
It
Robin,
does, though.
It doesn't.
Observation
Brooke,
Haki does, though.
and Frankie get
It doesn't.
It just makes
and
It
use
doesn't.
Haki.
You know the
But
reason. Hold on. You know
the
the
likes
reason why
of
I'm saying that Haki
Nami
doesn't
and
necessarily
Chopper,
make you
they
better.
don't have
Nah,
to.
nah.
Like,
Nami
they don't
has
need
to. She has to because her fight because there's actually no person in the Blackbeard crew that she can actually defeat, that she should be able to defeat without Haki. It makes no sense. Like, it just makes
Okay,
no
then.
sense.
They're level
When
6
you
prisoners.
think about CP9, when you think about CP9 and the method that Oda used
Okay,
for Nami to
but
defeat,
guess what?
for Nami
Guess
to
what?
defeat
Nami,
Khalifa, it made no
Nami
sense.
is likely.
No
Nami is
sense.
likely to awaken observation, but that's all.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
That's all
He's
I'm
not about to
asking.
be Black
No.
Fist and be
I
elbow
don't
man.
think she's even doing that.
That's all I'm asking, though. That's all I'm asking. They have to have the basics
I think when
of
you think
They
about
don't.
the
They have
Blackbeard
to.
Parrots, she might have to have observation at least
She
because
has
them
to.
them
I
man are
don't
level
think she
6
does.
prisoners.
I'm
So
not
what's
saying.
Nami
I'm
really
not
doing
saying
to them?
that I don't.
These are level
It will
6
happen.
prints. It makes
I don't
no
think-
sense.
I don't think it will happen.
They
and I
haven't
would
got
prefer it
there
if it
yet.
didn't
Man
happen.
saying it don't make sense, fam. Wait.
No,
for
what I'm
the
saying,
girl
it
thing.
wouldn't make sense. What I'm trying to say is,
Listen,
it wouldn't make
Oda-
sense.
Oda has a
Actually.
plan. By the time Nami's facing off with Katarina, she'll be ready for her. Normal. We
Yeah,
like
no,
it.
but what I'm saying is,
Hold
it
on.
better be
The fact
credible. If she doesn't defeat
Yeah,
Katarina
but
without
Haki isn't
Haki,
as
it better be credible. That's all I'm
There's
saying.
levels to it though, but there's levels to it. The fact that when we first saw full body armament, it wasn't credible after a while. It's not that deep. You put too much stock on it. You just have
I'm
to.
not putting too much
it's just-
stock on it.
you
All I'm
put too much
saying
stock
is,
on it. The first time you saw
I'm
Virgo,
saying the
his full
emphasis.
body, everyone
emphasis-
was thinking this is crazy. The guy lost in one hit.
All I'm saying, yeah, exactly.
lost
Look
in
how
one
bad
hit.
it looks.
You're
Look
putting too
how
much.
bad
No,
it
you're
looks.
putting too much stock on it.
I'm not putting
And the
too much
moment I
stock
saw
on it, but I
Pika
think
do
it's
full body,
important.
I knew it was
Do you know
gonna
what's
be shit.
another
I knew
thing
it was
as
gonna
well?
get-
Yeah,
I
that
think it's
guys.
important.
Do you know what's
I
another
think
thing
it's
that guys
important,
don't
bro.
even take into account? Yeah, when they talk about Haki, is how good said individual's Haki is. That's another thing that people are not looking at. Like, if Frankie's to get Haki now, it's gonna be shit. So
There's levels to it.
so it's more likely that he gets through to the end without even using any of it because he's gotten this far, type of thing. We're in the final saga.
All I'm saying is, if these characters, if the Straw Hat Pirates get to defeat their enemies, right, and without Haki, and their enemies had Haki, and it's not credible, and no, I'm just saying it must be credible.
But how good
Like,
was
they
their
can do
enemy's
it.
Haki? Because there's a reason why if Brooke goes to fight someone like Katakuri's Haki, he ain't winning. How good are these people's Haki? You know the Toby Roppo guy that Frankie fought? His Haki sucks, man. The guy sucks.
The Triceratops guy. These man is not
Yeah,
guys.
that's one of the reasons why people are disappointed in Wano, because these guys were supposed to
The
have
threat level
awakenings,
of
but they
the
don't.
ops, the threat level of the ops, it was low. But once I was introduced to these characters, I didn't expect them to be cold like that anyway. Especially when I saw
I don't know why.
Queen, is when I knew, oh, okay, yeah, this crew ain't like that. Because I
which
judge
is a
crews
disappointment,
on
because
their top three.
these are supposed to be the beast pirate. Their thing is Zohan. So if anything, whatever strength of the Zohans are meant to have, they're supposed to have it. When it
Yeah,
comes
but
to
no.
awakening, it's supposed to be their thing.
Them being
It's supposed to
Zones
be
is one
their
of their
thing.
things. It's one of their things. Queen is a scientist first. He's a
Okay,
scientist
but
first.
how about Jack? What
Jack?
shortcut did he take? What shortcut did he take to become
Jack's
strong?
weak.
Jack is a real nigga. Jack is 20 years old and he's a real nigga, and he got to that
Jack
position
is not
at
20
the
years
age of
old.
20.
That nigga way older than 20.
Jack is 20 years old.
2-0. Impossible.
Yeah, 2-0. Jack is 20 years old. He's
Someone
literally
get
a
the
little
wiki up.
baby.
He is not
He's
20.
He's literally a little baby.
Age in One Piece doesn't matter. Age in One Piece does not matter.
True that. Age in
No,
One Piece
I'm
doesn't matter,
actually-
because if
let
I
me
was to
get-
bring it up,
Let me
everything
get
would
a tab.
flop.
He is not 20. That's impossible.
Because the same
Come on.
Katakuri is 48 years old. Katakuri is 48 years old. That man is 48. Age doesn't matter.
Yeah?
One Piece.
That's
just
big
there.
It's
bro. Man said that's big bro. That man is 48. Every bit.
Man is
48 years
48.
old.
Jack
He's
is
older
20.
than
So
your dad.
what shortcut? Everyone, you lot keep saying,
I'll put Jack
okay,
Katakuri together and say which one's
the
48.
Beast Pirates.
Man said, what shortcut did Jack take? This is the same guy that came to use the poison gas because he couldn't.
Yeah, he
get
had
the
to.
job.
Yeah, he was double teamed.
You just
Yeah,
asked what short. You just asked what
That's not a
shortcut
short.
I gave you.
That's not a shortcut to him getting stronger. Like how he got stronger, like how strong Jack is there. He didn't use no gas in order to get to the strength level that he's at now. That's
The
silly.
example of the Beast Pirates having that gas on deck for me is one of the many reasons. After seeing that crew, why I know no one's awakened. I don't see these men awakening. Look how they are.
But how does the gas mean anything? How does the gas argument have anything to do with Jack taking a shortcut to becoming strong?
So
if anything,
look at
Jack
this, right?
should have had an awakening.
Let me say this. Let me kick this to you. So the Shanks Pirates, right? We all see them as Haki guys. Now, would you be surprised if they were fighting and then resorted to having to use poison gas because their shit wasn't working? Would you be surprised if that was the case?
Of course, I'll be surprised. So
the Beast Pirates do this. They have poison bullets. They have the ice only. This is what these men do.
Why not? They're an Emperor crew. They're strong, but they also have other means, other weapons.
I just feel like the way Shonen is and the way anime is if you're as cutthroat and as fucked up as to do those type of things, you're not gonna have Awakening too. And I think
that's nonsense. That's nonsense. It depends on the individual character.
I think what
it depends on the individual character. And I could buy into the argument when it comes to what's his name to Yamato. I mean, sorry, not Yamato. Queen. I could buy into your argument with Queen,
him
but
being
I don't buy into that argument with King or Jack. What shortcut did King use to be flipping to get to the level that he was? And you previously said, oh, he's a flipping whatever his race is. That's not a shortcut. That's just a privilege that he had, but he still had to get strong.
But
so where's his awakening then? Exactly, disappointing.
Who's he fighting to be awakened?
And who did Lucci fight for him to be awakened? And who did Crocodile fight for him to have 1 billion?
Gone through more turmoil. Lucci's gone through turmoil.
Okay, but you mentioned fight. What's the fight? What fight did Kaku and
I don't
Lucci
know,
have?
but clearly he's been out here.
Okay, then how do people get strong then in One Piece? Clearly, King and them lot have been fighting.
This is another thing. In the last 20 years, have the Kaido Pirates not been sitting pretty in Wano just doing nothing?
They've been sitting pretty, but they've also been going out.
So then how is this guy going to get awakened if the crew were Yonko for 20 years, chilling in Wano?
No, they weren't Yonko. Well, I don't know if they were Yonkos for 20 years. I'm saying clearly they've been in and out of Wano.
They had set up shop for 20 years. Who's this guy fighting to be awakened?
They've been in and out. So how did Kaido get so strong then? He's been sitting around for 20 years.
Kaido was already that guy.
He was already that guy, but apparently he got
Kaido
stronger. Apparently he
Kaido
got stronger.
Yeah, but Kaido's you can't. I'm not comparing these man to Kaido. Kaido's different.
Why
Kaido's
not?
different.
So, but
He
you're
was a
using the
rock
argument that they were
pirate,
sitting
and then he
down.
became a pirate
Oh
captain.
my God.
He was 10
Oh
years
my
old in
God.
Vodka Kingdom.
Just because they were sitting, just because they were in 1 for 20, it doesn't mean they didn't
If
go
you're
out
a
to
man's
do stuff.
underling, John, is this what I'm saying is crazy? If you're Kaido's
It's crazy. Give me
underling
a
for
good
20
reason.
years, how
Okay,
you, what stress have you been going through to be awakened?
All right,
as
cool.
well?
All right, cool. Yamato.
Who did they fight that's going to awaken up King?
All right, cool.
Who did they
Yamato.
fight?
Yamato. Okay, cool. Yamato. How'd they flip the Yamato get awakening?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, this girl's been locked up in prison for the entirety of her life.
That's a good one you just pulled out.
So how did she get awakening? It makes no sense. It makes no sense why Jack or King didn't have awakening. So no,
but fam, the chapter, man, the chapter.
Just had to set it right. Just had to set the record right.
You're not right, though. You're not right.
I am right. It makes no sense for them not to have awakening.
They don't have to be awakened.
Listen, it's their thing. Like the Beast Pirates, like they're so hard. This is their
one
thing.
of their things. See, that's the thing. It's one of their things.
Just like how Shanks grew. Just like Shanks grew, like Haki's meant to be their thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now imagine if the Haki's meant to be their thing, and then we see that their Haki is not all that. How disappointing would everyone be? Come on, man.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but after getting to know this crew, I'm not surprised. You're
just coping. You're just coping because you were expecting a lot. You were expecting a lot from the Beast Pirate, and they didn't deliver.
You've not taken into account at all during this year what I've said about the Kaido Pirates wanting to win by any means necessary. You've not taken that into account.
Them wanting to win by any means necessary means nothing. Because when you look at their core crew,
agree that being awakened is a long process? Would you agree?
So what? Okay, so what if it is a long process? So what?
The Kaido Pirates is not on that. Is what I'm telling you. Oh my
God.
Especially a guy.
So how did they get so strong through shortcut? Told me the shortcuts that they took in order to get strong.
Shortcut was the wrong word. I would say shortcut was the wrong word because
all right, then. What's the right word?
It's just different means. Like they just do.
It's not about everything. Different means. They do a bit of everything, but they're still at the strength that they got at. Poison gas doesn't make you strong. Like you can't get to the level of Jack through using other means. Like there's no way. There's just nothing to suggest that. Like I think
the Beast Pirates, the Beast Pirates, the big
Queen
pirate
modified himself. All right, cool. I give you Queen.
Pirates
how about the rest?
The Beast. It's not even about them because the thing about the Beast Pirates, the main thing is their captain, and it's his name. It's his name. So these people, that his underlings is not that strong. They're just not that strong.
Yeah, and that's a problem. And that's my problem. That's the problem, fam. Yeah, in fact, for the color spread, I was just gonna talk about how I was gonna say how disappointed. I was just gonna say how disappointed I was with Zoro. Like, because for me, I feel like in Wano, like the gap between him and Zoro and Luffy, literally, the gap has become so huge. Like I know he's got ACOC, but I still don't think him having ACOC has bridged that gap between where he is at and where Luffy is at now as a young bro.
Why does he have to be close to the chosen one? That's gonna be the pirate.
This is rude.
Why does he have to be so close to him?
Because
Luffy's gonna be the top one in the verse ever.
No, I hear it.
And this guy has to be close to him. Why?
I hear it because when you consider the fact that Luffy is trying to get to at least at the moment, he's trying to get to the strength level of what's his name of Roger, obviously, but he's not there yet.
Roger.
He's trying to surpass Roger. Okay, cool. But before he surpassed Roger, he has to surpass Shanks. So we already have ceilings for them that we can sort of measure them. And Zoro's ceiling currently is Hawkeye. And Luffy's ceiling is he's trying to surpass Shanks. And Hawkeye and Shanks now the debate is obviously as toxic as Zoro versus Sanji, but nobody knows who's stronger, Hawkeye or Shanks. People put them on the same level.
We know Shanks is stronger.
But we know Shanks is stronger, but they say that this guy is the world's strongest swordman. I don't even want to go into that debate, what it means, what it would mean for Mihawk to be the strongest swordman, and if Shanks himself is a swordman. But let's just say that the difference between Shanks and Mihawk is Akainu and probably Aokiji. Would you agree with me for argument's sake?
I would say no, but obviously carry on so you can get your
okay,
point.
Cool. It's just the ceiling, right? It's just the ceiling. So I just expected more from Zoro because of his ceiling, and so far I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. And Luffy seems to have taken a giant step, and Zoro has been left behind. And then, but it's not just that. It's not just that. When Luffy surpasses Roger, we're thinking of Joy Boy now. Now we don't know how strong Joy Boy was. He might be as strong as flipping Roger, the same. But for argument's sake, let's just say he's stronger than Roger. So Luffy's ceiling is even higher than Roger. It's Joy Boy. But Zoro's ceiling is Ryuma, the sword god. The fam, the sword god.
I think Zoro's gonna be fine.
And he's also a descendant. No, but I know he's gonna be fine in the future. But my problem is in Wano how that gap literally just expanded so big, and I was very disappointed.
You know why? Because Luffy had an elite opponent and Zoro didn't. That's why. That's the reason. King is just not like that.
Yeah, anyway, it's a bullshit fight anyway. But yeah.
As for Zoro, the reason why he's gonna be fine, he's still not mastered Enma. So when he's mastered it properly,
yeah, I mean, future wise, I know the ceiling is there, but it's just I wasn't because you know with Zoro and Luffy in every arc, they always seem to be closer to each other or as equal in most arcs. If
see, I've never seen
got
it
to
like
Wano,
that.
I have
not like that.
But when we got to Wano, that gap
Zoro is closer to Sanji than he is to Luffy in strength.
No.
That's how
Zoro's closer to Luffy than he's closer to Sanji in strength.
I think there's always been that gap. Really.
Nah, man.
Nah. If you look at what Luffy's done, fam, it's not normal, fam. Zoro
anyway, if that's the case, I'm just disappointed, innit? Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm a Luffy fan, don't get me wrong. I'm a Zoro fan as much as I'm a Luffy fan. Like, I don't know who I'm more of a fan of. Pre-time skip. Let's talk pre-time skip. I don't know who I'm more of a fan of. Was it Zoro or Luffy? I'm a fan of both. But it's as if the promise is as if I was promised more.
So what are you disappointed
Zoro
with dudes struggling with Lucci then and huffing and puffing, or?
To be fair, I have to see how the fight ends. It depends. If the fight ends with him as like bleeding or struggling, like flipping King, then I'll be.
Did you hear
disappointed.
Did you read what he said to Lucci the other week when he's like, "Oh, with power like yours, there's no way I'm gonna let you reach my captain." Is that shit talk, or is he like saying, "Oh yeah, this guy's strong"?
Nah, he's shit. He's shit. He's like shit talking him. Like
so he's saying you're too weak to fuck with the captain.
Yeah, he's saying that you're too.
You man, hold on. You man, hold on. Pause.
What are you saying?
You're gonna make the video too long. I need you to talk about the chapter because
we are talking about
it's
the chapter,
too long.
Yeah, the chapter I will probably talk about for 20 minutes. No, it's not that great anyway.
No, the chapter was elite still.
What was I saying?
What are we talking about?
Chapter.
Yeah. No, chapter was elite. I just stepped in. Obviously, I didn't want to step on you man's points, and now you man can continue the little Zoro ending. But obviously, I just came for some flowers, and I just came like I'm walking through a garden. So I just want to know. Who obviously is here to acknowledge a few things, get some things off their chest, come to the dark side, them ones. Prediction sets.
Dark side.
It's crazy.
So what did you get right? Enlighten me.
So if we go back to the chapter, I'm sorry, if we go back to the video, probably I'll have to do that to get the timestamp in it because obviously moderator, I don't think he's done that yet. But obviously, my predictions were so precise that I gave two ulterior paths in which what's his name again? Not Garland. I'm thinking of the last chapter. Um, what's the cursed nigga's name that's there?
Saturn.
Saturn, that's it. I gave two clear paths on how Saturn could literally act out in the situation. I told you guys exactly what the dilemma is going to come down to, which is being them highlighting so much about that authority chip. That's going to be the deciding factor and what's going to bring him off the ship, or it's going to let him just let all the Marines die and he's just going to bounce and keep his ambiguity. Literally, that's the exact thing that we were faced with, which was he was faced with a decision after 2 chapters ago, the same thing I referred to when he was sweating like, oh, Kizaru, if you're going there, just make sure them man don't know I'm here kind of thing. That same thing that was highlighted was brought back, and he's jumped onto the island the same exact way I said. I didn't say he's going to sail to the island. I didn't say the Marine